Hi people, welcome to Kat's Intuition. I am Krystal Kat, and in this video I will be doing the Christmas Tree Tarot Tag, created by Candy, Soul, and Soil. This is a cute one. I'm excited to do it. Alright, so we're just going to get right into it. Number one is, and there are 9 prompts for these, but number one is the Dusty Attic Deck. A deck that feels like a dusty attic full of treasures and secrets, and it had to be the Tildwick Tarot, or at least I had to pick the Tildwick Tarot. The reason being, first of all, this deck, oh my gosh, I love it. It's so different, it's very unique in its creation and thought process behind it. So my imagination really went crazy with this deck. If you see this along with my Hush Tarot review or walkthrough, you'll see why. But this one is all about exterior and interior photos. There are no people, and in my mind, this is just an abandoned old mansion that has weeds overrunning it. The statues that you may see in the gardens are all, you know, like rusty looking. I know that statues don't rust, but you know, like dirty looking, that a good cleaning would go a long way with them. And, you know, just forgotten trunks. And look at this room here. It has a lock on it. So that totally screams to like, what's behind that door? What treasures, what secrets lie behind that door? So I thought that this one was perfect for it. You know, you think dusty old attic, it may sound like something dirty, but this to me is not representative of dirty. It is just representative of, or representing, like this card here. We have weeds overgrowing. Is it focusing? There we go. You know, like weeds overgrowing and just taking over. And I love this deck for that. It's like they just up and left and that was it. And it just sits there. Everything is left just the way it was left when the people left. And there are so many abandoned, eerie rooms and gardens that you can walk through, and it really goes with that saying, if these walls could talk. That's what I think about with this, like the secrets that lie in these walls and in these gardens. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. This is, as I already said, a very unique deck. So that is my Dusty Attic Deck prompt answer. That is the Tildwick. I have the 10th anniversary edition. Okay, so prompt number 2 is the Christmas Tree Structure Deck. And it says, tell me about the key tarot structure you love. So the one that I started reading with, I actually have 2 decks to show here. Not necessarily separate, but kind of, you know, in conjunction with each other. I started reading at 14, 15 years old. And I started with this deck right here. You may hear my cat in the background. This is the Tarot of the Cat People. I absolutely love this deck. It is no longer white from all of the years of usage, but I never owned an actual Rider-Waite deck before, actually until recently, and I only purchased it to do compare and contrast videos to show how very different a certain deck would be compared to the original artwork, or the similarities that one could pick out, right? So this is the deck that started it all, and it is based on the Rider-Waite system, not Thoth nor like the Marseille. But while this does stick true with many images to the original artwork, a lot of them also stray from the original artwork, I feel. And yeah, now the reason this here is the vintage, Tarot Vintage. And I was just never attracted to the artwork of this before. I'm not a big, come here, bird girl. I'm not a big fan of yellow. My cat is 16 years old, so her meow is quite raspy, and I love it. So this is the one that I did purchase to do my compare and contrast videos, or just to show alongside a deck. But as you see, the yellows are a lot more toned down, and it is, as it is called, more vintagey looking, and I appreciated that. So that is the one Rider-Waite deck that I own that just came into my practice very recently. So that would be my Christmas tree structure deck. The Rider-Waite system is what I use, and any clones I think are very fun, like, you know, like the like the Halloween tarot. I absolutely love that deck, and that's a Rider-Waite clone. So yeah, I like a good clone. It sticks really nicely with that structure, but it's different and it's fun, and I love it. The next prompt, number 3, is our Tinsel Deck, a deck you get wrapped up in, and using it can make you forget about other decks. So mine would be the True Black. And this one comes in at number 2 only because Tarot of the Cat people take my number 1 spot in my heart. This one is gorgeous. It is so my aesthetic. It is all blacked out. This deck is so good, so amazing, that seriously, using it feels like, I'm sorry, my cat has the zoomies apparently. Using this deck, oh man, I don't know if the lights are just like washing it out. Sorry if that's a bit dark, but these are dark, and then it's got that bright white image, like that fox almost looks like he is glowing. So this deck really makes me forget about other decks because it is that good. It's beautiful, it's luxurious feeling, it is elegant and sophisticated and otherworldly, and it has my heart, and I love it. And it's perfect and very minimalistic, actually. And yeah, so this would be my Tinsel Deck, a deck that I get wrapped up in and makes me forget about other decks, really. My True Black. Okay, so our 4th prompt is the Bobble Deck, or our ornament deck. This is a deck you get, a deck that keeps rolling around and turns up over and over in your practice as you reach for it all the time. And that would be my Darkwood Tarot. This is a great deck. I absolutely love it. This would definitely be my workhorse deck, and that would be why I reach for it so much. I do not only online readings or over the phone readings, but I also do in-person readings at a local shop here in town. And this, I feel like it is a good one to use with clients. This and my True Black I use prominently in client readings. They are so good. There are no offensive, at least I don't think, any offensive images. It's great for younger clients as well. It's just a good one. So this one keeps rolling around because it is a great workhorse deck. It isn't amazing cardstock like my True Black, but I do have to say that the cardstock is definitely holding up, and it really has been through it. You can see on the edges that it is looking worn. I wish it didn't. I wish it looked brand new for years and years and years, but yeah. So that is my Bauble Deck, a deck that keeps rolling around and turns up over and over in my practice as I reach for it all the time because it is a true and true workhorse. That is the Darkwood Tarot. Okay, the next prompt is the Snowman Deck, a deck that melts your heart. I chose the Krystal Kat's Tarot. Beautiful backs. I really love them. So earthy. Love the eye of like a cat that's hiding in the background. So this is a great one. I am definitely a cat person. And so this deck just, it could melt your heart. You know, you have all these different breed of cats and oh, they have wings. I think they're so pretty. And it's just a nice earthy deck that is just fun to use. Now, I did pick another one for this prompt, but I just wanted to show a few more cards for those of you out there who have not seen this one. I like that these are cats, like actual cats, not anthropomorphic cats. So I do like that. Not that I do not like decks that are like that, but I like that about this one. It's so enjoyable. You know, they have their paw in the paint and you see their little paw prints. I think that's so cute. So yeah, look at the face. So see, it's just a fun one. It's cute, it's fun, it's a feel-good deck. So that is Soul Cats. And the other deck that I picked for this would be my Diary of Skeleton. My mother bought this one for me. Well, my mother bought half the decks that I have as like Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and just because it's Tuesday gifts. But this one is so cute. Oh, it definitely melts my heart. It's just, it's great. It's perfect and it's powerful. The cardstock is really nice. It's done on like a linen finish. Let me see if I can catch it in the light. It just did it. See right there a little bit? It by no means should be underestimated, just like my beloved Halloween tarot. They are cartoony, they are colorful, but they should not be underestimated just because of that cartoon feel. Oh no, this is a great, great deck. I'm so appreciative to have it. I love it so much. And so I couldn't pick. I could not pick between the two. So these two, Diary of Skeleton and Soul Cats, are definitely my Snowman decks that melt my heart. Okay, so the next prompt is the Handmade Deck, a deck that's made extra special because of who made it, or a deck that feels particularly handmade. All right, so if you've seen any of my other videos where I mention the fact that I only had one deck for the longest time that I read with, and that was my Tarot of the Cat People. Because that's all I needed, right? Not until here recently did I start getting multiple decks. I say that because this was my very first Oracle deck ever, and I love it. And the artist did such a great job. This is totally my art style, kind of like a creepy cute type art style. I would say that's also how I draw. Everything I do has that creepy feel to it, even when I don't try to do that. And she makes a lot of stuff. I follow her on Instagram. I think it's Instagram. I don't really see her often, but anyways, this out of all of my decks feels just the most handmade, I guess, because I saw her, it was on YouTube where I actually saw her drawing, and you know, she's just very creative. So that to me makes this feel like a handmade deck. Now the other deck that, so here's an honorable mention and I won't show it, but the other one that could have gone for this prompt would definitely be the Tarot of the Abyss, just because it's like line art only. There's no color. It's like looking into an artist's sketchbook, in my opinion. It's really nice. So that is the Handmade Deck, Tarot of Misfits. Okay, so my Mistletoe deck for prompt 7 is a deck that makes you think about love in the holiday season. I don't have specific love decks, or, you know, if I have a client that is asking about a love situation or wants a love reading is what I'm trying to say, I don't have a deck that I use just for that. But when I think of love, I do come back to this deck. I know I already showed it. This is the True Black, but this was a gift, as are many of my decks, right? But this was from my mom, and this is a pricey deck, and she bought it for me after I had only mentioned it one time, and not even like a, hey mom, I want you to buy me this deck. No, it wasn't like that. I was just going over it and saying how I liked it in comparison to a certain other deck, and I just never thought, from me mentioning it briefly, that she was going to go and pick it up. And she surprised me with it. If you see my videos, I have 10 days of Krystal, and my birthday's on the 10th of May. So for every day in May, from the 1st to the 10th, she would give me gifts, whether it be one gift or multiple gifts on that day leading up to the 10th, which this, upon a few others, but this was the grand finale of tarot related gifts on the 10th day. And that is pure love. That's just, it's thoughtful, and yeah. So that is why when I see this deck, it makes me feel loved and listened to and appreciated. So that is why this one is the Mistletoe deck I have chosen, my True Black. Okay, so the next prompt, number 8, is the Fairy Lights deck, a deck that sparkles. So I have chosen, as you can see by the box, the Orion's Animal Tarot, and I shall tell you why. Look at the beautiful silver gilding. I mean, it's blinding, right? Are the pretty, pretty backs. I love them. So this deck is, I actually have not read with it. I was just going through it, admiring the beautiful images. But this one is fairly new. While this one does not, quote unquote, sparkle, for me it does give off that illusion of light. What this makes me think of are the deep, deep, deep sea life, sea creatures, that they look so bizarre and so crazy. They look something out of science fiction stories to me, and they have all these crazy luminescence to them, and well, they just look crazy. They look fictional, and that is what this deck makes me think of. Just like Christmas lights, they shine the best in the dark, of course. And that is what this deck makes me think of with its really deep, dark background. Without it, these colors would not shine as bright. They wouldn't look the way they do. And so I really love that about this deck. I think it's so different. I think it was really well done. And for such a happy feeling type deck, you know, with all of these different animals and things, I love how it fits my dark aesthetic. It's perfect for that. Perfect for me. Perfect for my whole vibe of everything that I have. And yeah, so that is why I chose this as the Fairy Lights deck, a deck that sparkles. Okay, and prompt number 9 is the Tree Topper deck. It says, tell me about your tree topper and find a deck that reminds you of it. So I just have a really blinged out star at the top of my tree, and I didn't pick a deck that has star images or anything like that. I am answering again. I know that I did this with True Black. I used it for 2 different prompts, and I'm using this for 2 prompts as well. And I shall explain to you why. Why, whenever I saw this tree topper prompt, did I pick this one? It is because this, if I had to like pile all of my decks in a pile, this one would be at the tippy top. This would be the tree stopper. Tree topper. This is the star of the show. This is the one that started it all. This is the one that has my heart. This is the star. So that is why I chose my Tarot of the Cat people for my tree topper deck. All right, you guys, and that is it. Those are my choices for the Christmas tree tarot tag prompts. I hope you enjoyed watching me go through these, and I would love to hear your thoughts, opinions on the choices I made. Do you have any of these? Do you love? Do you hate? Let's talk about it. Until next time, guys, nothing but love. And if you celebrate, Merry Christmas. Bye.